What's good, people? RXL back with another video. I've been asked this question several times, and I've seen this question asked to other people several times, and I just thought I'd give you my quick observations, opinions on this question. And this question is, what is the House of Dastan? This is just my take on it, my opinion on it, my experience with the House of Dastan. Take it with a grain of salt. If you're sensitive about it, if you're a fan of the house, grow up. Well, to answer the question of what is the House of Dastan, first we got to look into what is the House of Precious Liquids. Precious Liquids Neroli Musk is actually my scent of the day today. I just burned through the last of a 10 ml decant that I had, and a 50 ml bottle of it is on the way. I also have two bottles from the House of Dastan. One of them is Light Breeze, and the other one is Love Flame. I paid for these bottles myself, so if anybody's questioning or wondering if these were free bottles, if I'm here to hype the brand, or if I'm a hater of the brand, how much can I hate it when I just bought two bottles and one bottle of Precious Liquids? But back to, what is the House of Precious Liquids? Early on in my little fragrance journey, I would purchase stuff from a discounter called Max Aroma. And I noticed Max Aroma was constantly sending me free samples from a brand called Precious Liquids. Most of them were just, light, easy to wear, forgettable scents. But I did like one, and one was, of course, Neroli Musk. And then I said, wow, this is really good. I wonder how much it could cost. Maybe I'll buy it. If it's $100, I'll get it for sure. But the price was like $260. For that scent, it wasn't just a no, it was a hell no. The brand was then instantly forgotten by me, except they kept sending me samples again and again. After a while, most of them got just thrown away, except for one, Neroli Musk. That's how I got my 10 ml decant. I took all the samples that they had sent me and filled an entire 10 ml decant. And even after that, they still continued to send me samples. Why was Max Aroma so determined to send me so many samples? Well, the reason for that is they're probably Precious Liquids' main distributor. I know they distribute for them, and the bottle I purchased, if you guys want a deal, I purchased a 50 ml of Neroli Musk for $85 on some type of clearance directly from the Precious Liquids website. But I believe Max Aroma is like the only distributor of Precious Liquids, and I maybe have seen it from another smaller distributor like a Twisted Lily or some other, if I have it all. So Max Aroma has kind of this partnership with Precious Liquids. Precious Liquids is a brand owned by Richard Herpen, I believe his name is. If that name sounds familiar, he created Tom Ford's Oud Wood, and he's got quite a lengthy resume. And if you go look at all the influencers that, are affiliated with Max Aroma, by affiliated, I mean shilling for them with a ton of Max Aroma discount codes and affiliate links, you'll see just how many of them have Precious Liquids bottles in the background. Now, fast forward to today, and I'm really getting bombarded with House of Dastan samples, fistfuls of them. So many of them that I gave them away for months. I just gave away the last of my samples. I'm not exaggerating. Fistfuls. When I would order from Max Aroma, it wouldn't take me to the checkout. It would immediately take me to a page where I could pick the House of Dastan samples. Now there's an offshoot brand of House of Dastan that's right underneath that page now. I forget the name of it, but there's even more fragrances to choose from for free, samples of them. Now, why would Max Aroma be pushing this brand so hard? Well, it's no secret, not anything I can even fault them for. Max Aroma owns the House of Dastan. Here's another little secret. Guess who is the in-house perfumer for House of Dastan? That's right, Richard Herpen. Is this all making sense yet? Basically, House of Dastan is Max Aroma's brand. If you haven't heard much of it yet, don't worry. You will, because these bottles are hitting the Max Aroma shills as we speak. Day by day, more videos about the House of Dastan are coming from these shills. If you know a Max Aroma shill, if you know a Melissa Nationale, if you know an Eau de Erica, I can pretty much guarantee you that these fragrances are on their channel. Now, is this a bad thing? Is this a terrible thing? Well, I certainly wouldn't trust the people that are already partnered with Max Aroma and their opinions. We already know what they do and why they do it. But me personally, what do I think of the House of Dastan? Well, if you want me to make videos on these individual fragrances, why don't you leave it in the comment section or click the like button. And if enough people, if I see enough interest in making those kind of videos, I'll, definitely make them for you guys. Basically, what it comes down to is this. I've sampled 4 out of the 5 fragrances they had at the time. I liked 2 of them enough to buy bottles at $275 each. These are what the bottles look like. Very, I gotta be honest, beautiful bottles. Oh, look what we have here. I don't know if you see this already. The back plate is falling off here of this bottle. This happened earlier and I pushed it back on and I thought, the problem was solved, but obviously not. Aside from that, beautiful bottles. The cap, on the other hand, although it looks very nice, it's cheap. I just feel like I'm going to crush it with my bare hands because it's plastic. The top is gold. The atomizer, what is this? Love Flame. Solid atomizer. It's not that the other fragrances I smelled weren't good. It's just I thought they were feminine. These 2 fragrances I definitely liked and purchased. I'll get more into these fragrances if you guys are interested in that. But the ultimate takeaway is House of Dastan is a brand owned by Max Aroma. Thus, they're going to push this out to the streets, out to their kind of drug dealers, their affiliates, their influencers. And they're going to push them on you like crazy. And that $275, I don't know how many non-shillfluencers are going to end up with this in their collection. I've ended up with it in my collection, but this channel really doesn't revolve around clicks and views and trying to get an income. So if you want to actually give this house a shot, you can buy samples from Max Aroma. When you make purchases from Max Aroma, I'm not sure if they are still doing it, but you can get like 2 samples or 1 sample for every bottle you buy. So if you want to know what these fragrances are really about, I suggest putting your own nose on them because most of the videos that you're going to see right now are just marketing and sales pitches. That's really all I got to say about the House of Dastan. Thank you guys for watching.